Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Wednesday, April 28, 2020. It is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and if you're watching this at any other time, just know that you're watching an upload of a live chat. Trying to find some hand moisturizer. Hi, Cheryl. I just saw your name. I haven't seen the other ones yet. Miss Bonita Nance. All right, let's pull this up on my cell. Let's take off some of these notifications first. All right, Wind Sprinter, first one in the chat room today. Says hello from Silver Springs, Maryland. June Hansen is here, says hi T and everyone. Quill Gal says hi T and everyone. I'm just starting my second mass strike. I broke one of my machines and now sewing on my travel machine. Oh my gosh. I had a friend today call me, one of my quilting friends, and said that she was getting ready to sew. She hasn't sewed all this time, getting ready to sew. She got 3 machines and every last one of them is broke. Something's wrong with each one of them. She said, you know, she's had them like clean within the last year of using them, and she hasn't sewed in a while. So, and she just figured everything was hunky-dory, but some of them apparently that she got back from the shop after cleaning, they weren't working then. So Vivian Calvi is here. Hi Vivian. She says hi T and hi T Quilters. Phyllis Garner is here, says hi T and everyone from North Carolina. Hi Phyllis. Shrivia Henderson says hi T and everyone, still making masks, working the front line with a smile. That's really nice of you. Bonita Nance is here, says hi everyone, and Miss T, while you're waiting you can thumbs up. Thank you so much Bonita, I appreciate that. Slowing Down Joe says hi T and everyone. Cheryl Clute says hello T and everyone. Teresa McCormick says a big hello from Wisconsin. Hi Teresa. Cheryl Bean says hello T and everyone. June Billing says hi T and everyone. Hope you're all well. I hope you're well too. Thank you so much. Maria Mayer, hi Maria. She says hi T and everyone. Hope all is well. Thank you so much. Same to you as well. Hello T and everyone from Miss Claudette Bettis. Peggy O'Connor is here, says hi T and T Quilters from Florissant, Missouri. Hi Miss Peggy. My brother is here. He says, hey sis, I'm here. Hi everyone. Hope everyone stays safe. You too as well. Tucker is here. He says, hello T and all. I'm working on a pillow tonight. That's fascinating. I haven't done like pillows or pillowcases in a while. Terry is here saying hello to everyone. Hi Terry. Karen Notley is here, says hi T. Finally got myself organized to watch you live. Yippee. And it's so funny because I have no agenda today. I'm just here. Lorna Dude Good says hello T and friends. I'm not sure if I know I butchered your name. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you stopping in. Leetta Bryan is here, says hi T and T Quilters. Hi Leetta. Kimalina is here, says hello everyone. Hi Kim. And Kim Burris is also here, says hi T and T Quilters. Hi Kim again. And Remo JS says hello Miss T and everyone from Bowie, Maryland. Hey to you too. Crystal Cochran says hello to everyone. Hi Crystal. Welcome to chat. C-Rex MC says hey T. Hope no gunshots today. Got that right. Nisima says hey everyone. Hold on. Fritzinger says hello from Weatherford, Texas. Hello and welcome to chat as well. Celia Swan says hello T and everyone. I am going to mask up tomorrow and go to the post office and mail my blocks. And I did go to the post office today and check just to make sure no one had mailed them since last week because I think I went once because I had to drop off somebody's order. And I just ran in and out for that, and nothing has been in the post box. So if you mail something, I haven't gotten them yet. Carol Green says hi to you and everyone. Hi, Carol. Shirley Rayleigh says hello, everyone from Rome, Georgia. Hi, Shirley. Welcome. Judy is here. Says hello to you and all. Hi, Judy. How are you? Sharice Fofi says hello, everyone. Janet Mackerel says good evening, everyone. Love your purple and gold t-shirt. Thank you so much. And welcome to Janet and Sharice. Francine says hi, everybody from Rancheroo, Cucamonga. And we've got Tiffany here. Says hi, T and friends. So hi, Tiffany and Francine. And Cheryl says that they're under tornado warnings. We had that last night, early this morning. And, yeah, got through the live chat. So, I'm trying to think, what did I do in the last week? I've been so busy. I finished my Stitcher quilt. I ended up naming it Select Your Dream. Finished it actually after the live on Monday. I guess I was so stressed about it that I got it all done and actually done my video for my completed projects on Monday as well. So that video will be coming up for my works, for my completions for the month of April. It's only 3 things for me, but I quilted 6 quilts, I think, for other people. So I'll add those in with photos. What else did I do in the past week? I've been so busy, don't forget. I finished that quilt on Monday. So I probably was quilting that quilt because I think I started last Thursday. And it took a while. I got about 97 different designs on one quilt. So it took a while to select them and program the machine to go stitch all of them into the appropriate spots. So that's what I kind of been doing. A lot of desk work. I did cancel my May retreat. I canceled the May retreat because St. Louis City and County is still under stay-at-home orders. And my retreat was Memorial Day weekend. And also our retreat was in the state of Illinois. And Illinois is also still under a strong stay-at-home. So I couldn't wait 2 weeks before to cancel a retreat. I have to cancel at least a month in advance. So I just decided to stay safe and go ahead and cancel our May retreat. So no retreat for May. We got Miss Kelly A. just came in. She says hi, everyone. Hello, Miss T. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. So I've been doing a lot of desk work with that kind of stuff, trying to reschedule with the place where we had it and all of that kind of stuff as well. Coordinating with people who are going. I still need to, I think I'm going to do a head count for the Teaquilts retreat that's in June to see if people are still wanting to come. I think we'll not be under any ordinance by then, but I at least want to have like 2 weeks to make sure that this virus isn't like going the opposite direction. Instead of going down, it's going back up because we're now not safe. Not being like stay at home, not safe, not being stay at home. I don't think, my only concern for the Teaquilts retreat would be people that share rooms, because you'd have 2 people sharing a room. And I can see if I can talk to the facility and see if maybe they can do something to help us with that. If other people have canceled, I don't know yet. So, because we may end up canceling. The room that we sew in, I think that we could probably fit everybody in with being 6 feet apart. The concern would be when you have to use like the iron or cutting stations. That's the thing that's concerning. If we do the retreat, if we're still under the 6 feet distance thing. So I'm trying to figure out how we can handle all of that. I know the room is big enough because we didn't fill it, so I feel like we could still have it there. My concern would be the bedrooms and stuff like that, but I'll be sending out email notices to the people that are actually paid or almost paid for that retreat. I still got about maybe 3 or 4 people that haven't made their final payments. Trying to think, what else am I working on? I washed my hair just a few hours ago. I actually used the product from James Lauren Beauty. Remember I got a package that I didn't know about that was sent in by one of my subscribers. Her name was Jaden, but it was her sister's business. I did wash my hair with that today. So yeah, so I ended up, I just got through with that. My hair is just about getting dry now. So Jada Smith just came in, says hi T and everyone. I hope that all is well and being safe. I have been busy finishing some projects, working on a quilt. Earlene here from Wisconsin. Hi Earlene, thank you so much for coming back to see what we're up to, even though I have absolutely nothing on my agenda today. I have just been so busy, and I just haven't had time to like really plan out what I want to do on some of the lives. So I've been sewing the pineapple blocks. If you were here Monday, you all heard me say that I must have not cut pieces. Well, when I got off the live, I guess I just didn't want to sew or something, because the only piece that has those little funny ends are the first set. The rest of them are all regular. They're just flat seams. So I don't know what I was thinking or doing. So yeah, but I started on Monday I started a scrappy pineapple project. We got the other one finished. I got the top finished, and now I just need to quilt it. But I have 2 customer quilts that I need to complete before I do that. I try to, you know, have my fun and then go back to work, you know. So my reward is if I quilt 2 customer quilts, then I can quilt the pineapple quilt after that. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But I do have those pieces. I guess I could make more pineapple blocks if we don't have anything to talk about in the chat tonight. So if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to put them into the chat. You get not only my opinion, but you get the opinion of the other 50-something people that are in this room as well. So let's see who else has come in. Robin Boyd is here. Hi Robin, welcome back. She says hello to everybody. Doris O is here, says hi T and T Quilters. Hi Doris. I hope you saw my response to your email. And Doris says, I ordered me an Epson Workforce printer. That's so funny, because I forgot to tell you all I don't know if I had it last week or not, but I did order me a Workforce printer. I ordered the Eco Tank. Whoever suggested that I get the Eco Tank, I got it. Standard print quality. I want to quilt. Standard print quality is not as good as my old Workforce Pro, but when I put it on settings where it prints to print it better, then it does look good. I had issues with printing white text, and the regular standard print, it just looks so dull. But when I ended up changing the setting on the machine, it did come out better. But again, it's basically going to be for my invoices and things like that. So it doesn't have to be a super fancy quilt printer. I just need something that will duplex. And I did go up higher because I did need a printer that actually duplex. So I didn't get the top of the line in the Eco series that they got out now. I got the 4760, the ET 4760, which does duplex. So that was the main thing. Now, compared to my other printer, that printer was heavy as all get out. This printer is so light. That's the only thing I don't like, is that it doesn't have a different document feeder, because whenever I want to do, like say a postcard or something, I have to take all the paper out the paper tray, readjust the tray. My other printer had one of those in the back that I could just put like envelopes and stuff like that I wanted to print. It would just put it into a document feeder. So that's the thing that I lost with this printer. But I'm so glad that I upgraded. I got the one that can fax and all of that, because I'm the fax person for my family as well. So every once in a while you get a place that won't take it by email. Like my sister had to apply for unemployment and they wanted them to fax it in, not email it in. So just weird. Cyrox says, I really enjoyed your pineapple work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I had so much fun doing it. I just wanted to change the blocks. I think that I could do like a sampler and just do different blocks, like one block of each. I probably would be really happy. I get bored really quick when I'm working with the same fabrics or the same design. So, but thanks so much. I appreciate that. Crystal says, I am researching buying a long arm. I would like a handy quilter, a Mara. My pockets say I should get a Grace. What are your thoughts? I think it's the Grace, the one that you can only do it so wide. If you're limited in any way with the Grace, I probably would go ahead and get the handy quilter, because if you know you want it and you've been quilting for a while, I feel like you're going to want to upgrade if you've got a lot of quilting you want to do. And then me, I have never really officially advertised that I long arm quilt, but people that know me have asked me to quilt their stuff. So right now I probably got around 20 returning customers per se with no advertising, and it's just enough for me to keep busy, make some money, but not be stressed out by quilting. And then also they know that I can get their work done fast too. I might do some advertising after the COVID stuff is over, but I don't know yet. It just depends on how many lectures or workshops I book, because I canceled everything except for one thing I have in October. And I have a feeling I might be canceling that too, because if the second round of this virus comes up in the fall, then I won't be going out again. So Elaine Doucette's here saying hello to everybody. Hi Elaine, welcome back. June says, I tried to order 3 new dies, never did it. I couldn't get it through you or on my own. I even tried to call them, left 2 messages. They said they were real busy, so I'll try at 8 a.m. tomorrow. If you're trying to order dies from AccuQuilt, I should have a link down in the bottom. I clicked on it yesterday when I sent it to Doris, and it worked for me. It took me to AccuQuilt. What it does is the link will take you to AccuQuilt. They register that I sent you to their site, and then you start going to whatever pages you want to go to, and you should be able to purchase anything, and then I should get credit for that. Hi Diane57, she says, hi, sorry I'm late. It's okay, girl, we all busy and then we lose track of time. Yesterday I didn't know what day it was. Okay, that was the first time that's happened, but I think part of my problem is it's my husband's fault, because I'm not used to him being home. So I normally am really good with keeping up with my days for somebody that is quote unquote retired. Okay. So yeah, but it's all right. Kevin the quilter is here, says, hey everybody, driving home from mom and dad's house. Hope you had a pleasant visit, Mr. Kevin. If you all like chickens, Kevin's doing a series on his hen who's sitting on some eggs right now. She's brooding, so it's pretty cool. I'm learning a lot, and I don't ever plan to have chickens. And I'm the unofficial godmom. I took the title myself. Shirley is asking, how is Rome doing since opening back up? She's asking that of Shervia. And Tiffany is saying the cane quilter I have is cheaper versus the handy quilter. If you're interested, it's the same machine, different name. And then, Tucker says, Crystal, that he's also thinking about getting a Grace machine. I am going to get the 15 something, I would suggest you look at the 19-inch and the 21-inch. That's what I was saying. Make sure that whatever you get, that you're making sure that it's enough that you won't be limited. And remember, when they tell you an inch, like my 22-inch on my gamel, I can stitch about 16 to 17 inches, because you got your take-up bar that's inside of your machine throat, so you're not really stitching that much. So just be careful with that. I just do 16, 17 because I know as I'm rolling the quilt that throat's gonna get bigger in there. I start out with all this room, and then all of a sudden it starts to decrease. So you just got to be careful with that. Lisa Peg is here. Hi, Lisa. She says, hey, T and everyone. Dee Hansen is here. She says, still making masks. You're going to be making masks, girl, to the end of time, okay? That is too funny. And Diane says her schedule is all out of whack. Dee Dee says, love your pineapple quilt. Can't wait to see the scrappy one. Yeah. Me either. I haven't cut any more like extra pieces either. I just cut enough to work on 4 blocks, and then I just stopped. I haven't done any more work on it. Bonita Nance talking about, I'm glad she's not on the chopping block. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. If I'm godmom to these chickens, he can't kill them after that. He can't talk back to us because he's driving. Cheryl says, do you do any gardening? I bought my house 4 years ago and just started to plant flowers. No. I love landscape, but I don't want to go out there and keep all the weeds out, pull all the dead stuff. I got a couple of things that come up every year in my yard, and I still haven't pulled up the dead stuff from the winter. Okay, so I got to go out there and do that. Once I do that, that's my one time in the yard. And then I do buy plant food for my bushes, and I give them food. I haven't done that yet. I should have been done that because it's been raining a lot, but I'll take care of that. And that's about it for me. One day, a couple hours. I love landscape though. But I'm not the one. I have to decide like where I want to spend my time, because the more stuff I'm doing somewhere else, that's the less time I'm doing with quilting or something that's in my business. So I have to decide. That's why I quit. I used to teach line dance classes every week. Sometimes it was twice a week at one point. And then I just decided, you know what? I just can't do this anymore. So I had to give that up. And Cheryl is saying chickens are fun. And Diane says, I used to garden, but don't do it anymore. I wish I could grow some of my own food, but I got so many critters around here that I would never have any food between the squirrels and the rabbits. So, and then I've seen a raccoon once or twice too. And Kim asked, have you found anyone to cut the tree in your front yard? No, I haven't. When my husband got laid off, he got laid off when we were talking about that on the live. It was on one of the Wednesdays. Or was it Monday? I can't remember which live it was. And then he got laid off the next day. We still probably are going to do it. I just need to get some people in here and get some bids. And I just haven't taken the time to call some people. I was looking for a number of somebody that I had called before to trim some trees, and I can't find that number. I thought I had it in my phone and I didn't. I would prefer for him to do it, but I may have to go ahead and start calling some other people. Dee Dee says, never mind the chickens, then you can't kill them. Never name the chickens, because then you can't kill them. But those are my god babies. Oh gosh. But Kevin, he would kill them. Teresa says, plant food reminded me of the squirrel problem. What's the outcome? They have been slowly disappearing. My husband says, he comes in the house and talking about, I found one of your squirrels. I said, what do you mean one of my squirrels? Talking about, I found one of your dead squirrels. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, where did you find it? He go, it was in the trash can. And one of our trash cans, the lid was off or half on it. And so it rained and it got water into the trash can. He said it was in the trash can with water. I said, see, that's not my squirrel. That squirrel drowned. He couldn't swim. I didn't do that. But yeah, yeah, they slowly disappearing though. Cool Gal says the deer eat my garden all the time. Exactly. Now I don't think I have a deer problem, but I got all the other critter problems. June says, I'm buying flowers tomorrow. My auntie and I are going shopping. I take her once a month. She's 88, does great for her age. That'll be so much fun. Hope you all have some good weather for that. She can probably take some sun when we're not out much. Lisa says, we have too many coyotes to keep chickens. I can hear them now. Oh my gosh. Francesca Afino is here. You've been gone for a little while. Where you been? She says, hello everyone. Can't believe, T, you're talking yard work. Call Freeman the tree man. I didn't make up the name. I don't know how. Okay, hopefully he in the phone, but Francesca is always such a wealth of information. Okay, I got it written down. That's half the battle. I gotta write it down. Kevin says godmothers usually babysit their godchildren. You're going to watch these chickens on Butcher Day? Yes, I am. But if they lay eggs, then he probably won't kill them. So they'll be egg layers, hopefully. So, but no, I won't be babysitting. I won't be chick sitting. None of that. It was enough that I got over my fear of dogs. I was really afraid of all animals at one point. I had learned to tolerate cats. If I had to have a pet, I would have a cat because they're so self-sufficient. I don't think I would ever get a dog. I do love the loyalty of a dog, but I don't want to be responsible. Like if I'm doing something, sometimes you can't just run out of town. You got to figure out what you're going to do with this dog if you can't take them. So I love the loyalty of a dog. I just don't know if I want the responsibility of a dog. And then to have poop in my yard all the time, I don't know. And I'm definitely not a pooper scooper. Cheryl says, I enjoy my garden, have all kinds of things planted. That's really cool. And I've been even looking at videos of people that have raised bed planters. It's really cool. I learned a lot. Still didn't get up and do a thing. I know the one person that did it, they done it so well that they have 4 planters, and I think they probably have spent about $5,000, but they use bricks. I can't remember what their area is, like 12 feet by maybe 4 or 6 feet. And they got 4 of them. They used the bricks to make it so that it would last longer. Then they put rebar in some of the holes and used concrete to hold it so when they put the dirt on the inside, it wouldn't knock the rebar out. They then went back and bought wire, made a gate so that they gated all 4 of them because they have deer that come off the back of their house. And then I don't know what they did with the top. They haven't done that video yet. But I'm like, it's just really interesting. And then he used to be like in construction, and so he's used to building things. So it's just interesting how this whole cage, like he's got it where it splits in half in the middle of the 12 feet, and then the cage opens back on each side so that when his wife comes in, she can sit on the edge and she can do the gardening, get all the weeds and stuff out like that, and then pick the food or whatever, and then they close back. It's pretty interesting. Let's see. June says put marigolds out. It helps. It helps with, okay. I can just go buy that and put the pot out there. I don't have to do anything for that. Francesca says, I've been gardening a lot. That's pretty cool. I didn't know you garden, so that's interesting. Big dog will keep the critters away. But the little dog keeps the, when I have my dog, the little dog over here keeps the critters away, but I don't leave a dog outside all day. Especially in my neighborhood, they'll steal your dog, or other dogs jump the fence. I have poop in my backyard now, and my daughter's dog hasn't been over here in so long, it's ridiculous. Yeah, so I don't know why I got poop in my yard. So I finally got to see the culprit one day. Lisa says, T, how can you forget the name like Freeman the Tree Man? Girl, I've been on went to sleep, and none of that stuff will matter to me the next day. But I did write it down. Phyllis says, using directional fabric. If top and bottom borders are cut fabric lengthwise and the side borders cut selvage to selvage, was stretching out the shape be an issue? No, I probably, if I was doing it, I probably would cut my sides on the lengthwise grain if I had enough fabric, just because that's probably the side that I would put on my long arm when I'm loading it. However, people have been putting widthwise borders on quilts for years. It's not going to make any difference overall to the difference. I just know that lengthwise grain is a lot sturdier than widthwise, so I tend to cut my fabrics from my borders lengthwise if I can. On the pineapple quilt, because I was able to cut those strips just from one width, and it was a small, it's just a sampler quilt, I'm not doing a whole lot with it, I just cut them widthwise. So it just depends. I don't think you'll have an issue. Tom says hi, T. Tell him I said hi, Diane. He's listening to me chatter. Cheryl says, mines are raised beds. I can't get on the ground. And that's why this man built his wife's, because she had some arthritis in her lower back and knees, and she couldn't bend. June says, you can have my 20-pound cat. Lately, he has been so naughty, I told him I was going to farm him out. I couldn't get nothing done. No, I've seen some of these cats that's plopping all on the sewing machine. I'm like, where do these cats come from that you see these moving mechanisms and it looks dangerous to me, but you're going to just come right up and curl right up in the hole here. It's like amazing. They are so funny. Leetta says, I have container gardens. Yes, I forgot about that. She has big container gardens, and she's grown greens out of containers. I was really impressed. Awesome. Nisima says, I do container gardening and love it. I want to do some raised beds. Kelly says, do they post videos of their garden setup? Sounds interesting. It's a channel called Living Simple, Living Free. And they used to be tiny home preppers. They use a lot of Thrive, like they stock up for situations like this where they have certain foods that they don't have to go out and buy anything. And so she does Thrive, which is like a dry processed food company. You can get all kind of dried foods. And now that she's doing her gardening, they finally moved into a tiny home. It was called Tiny Home Prepper because they used to live in an RV. And they just got relocated closer to the husband's son, I think it is. Yeah, the husband's son's family to be around the grandkids. So the son was the instigator of them getting this house. He had already went and bought the house and told them they were moving, but then they ended up paying him back for the house because they didn't want him to buy their house. But they moved, and so this is all... They're starting everything from scratch. Like he's in the process of building a shed. He built a shed, and then the wife wanted the garden, so he got the shed up, but he don't have the outside completed. Like he doesn't have the siding on, but he's got the shed up, and so he had to quit that job so that he could build these beds because he's got to get the stuff in the garden. So since it was this long, big process, but it's interesting, and you can go back and watch the videos of him making these beds, and he kind of names the videos, like they talk about other things, but they name the videos what they actually are. It isn't like what do you call when people name videos something else and it has nothing to do with that topic, or it's an extreme title that, you know, really isn't an extreme thing when you go watch it. I forget what they call it, but it's like they trying to make you hit the play button. But they are really interesting. It's either live simple, live free, or living simple, live free. It's either the ing or without. I can't remember right now. Lisa says, every year we say we're going to plant less. Epic fail. It's about a 1/4 acre. That's pretty cool though, that you have some food. So, and Kevin's about the same way. I don't know if he's in the comments yet, but Kevin's the same way. He grows some of his stuff. He has to still go to the grocery store, of course, but he grows as much of his food as he can. June says, I bought an old wash tub, gonna put tomato, beans, and peas and peppers in it. That'll be really cool too. Kelly says, I'm the same way, T. I've got a memory like a steel trap, rusted shut. Yeah, and I used to remember, like I can remember certain details, but I used to remember everything. And then I went to Webster University, where I was taking 8-week courses. So you take, instead of taking like 2 classes, and working full time, you would be considered part-time. The way they did the 8-week courses, if you took 2 8-week courses and you took 2 of them during the semester, 2 sets during that same semester, you took 4 classes in a semester as compared to 2. And I thought that was a good idea. It just burned my brain. It was a hot mess. I was successful, but I don't remember anything anymore. Francesca says, repel all works on critters. Have 3 raised beds and a rose garden. That's pretty cool. And she says, need exercise. Diane talking about, T, you need to go ninja on all those unwanted animals. Yes, I do. My niece works for Terminex, and I was asking her if they spray lawns, and I think they must have. I remember my friend told me she had called somebody that sprayed their lawn and then their lawn died. So I think they must have stopped spraying lawns. But maybe I should ask her if they just do, if they spray the air. Because I would like to have all flying insects gone. Vivian says, I love my garden. I have a victory garden. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. Tiffany talking about, I'm here, by the way, just online shopping while listening. I finally ordered some stuff. What did I order? I ordered the printer. I went to Sam's, ordered the printer. The printer came. Oh, and the only thing, I went back on Amazon and then I ordered ink. So I still haven't ordered much. I used to order something at least once a week, especially with my business. It's like I'm always recycling stuff. But I have not been in the mood to be ordering stuff. And Bonita says attention grabber. Yeah, but it's like a certain word. I forget what they call it, but yeah, but it's getting close. Ann McNew is here. Hi, Ann. She says just zipping in to say hello. Everyone can't stay. Hugs to you all. See you later, Ann. Nisima says clickbait. That's what it is. That's the term, clickbait. These people will put up clickbait title and then they don't follow through. Like, say they said, I washed this quilt and it just ripped to pieces. You know, they'll put something like that. And then when you click on it, they washed the quilt and like one of their seams came apart that they're actually able to hand sew back down. You know, it's something like that. That probably missed stitched when they sold it, but it was like the machine is ripping it apart or something. You know, it's that kind of stuff. Clickbait. Thank you. That's the word. Phyllis says, I am hooked on YouTube videos about RV, van, and tiny home living. Is it living simple, living free? Yes, it is. That's it. And I love the couple. They're not pretentious. They're just telling you what they're doing, and they have a very good disposition on life. I don't buy any of the foods, the Thrive Foods or anything like that, because they are sellers of that as well. So every once in a while, you'll get a sale video from them. But I just like who they are as people. I just feel like they're just very low-key, living life, not bothering anything, not harming anything, and just enjoying each other. They're in love with each other, and you can see that too in the videos. And I'm just gonna guess their ages and say, maybe 60s. Maybe 60s. But they are enjoyable. I love them. And on Sundays, she also does a Tea with Jesus, where she'll do some scriptures and stuff on Sundays. Kelly says, Brussels sprouts grow really well here in Midwest, at least in Kansas. Yum. You know, I don't think I like Brussels sprouts. I eat cabbage, and it's very similar. But I'm just not a fan of Brussels sprouts, and I don't know why, because I was really disappointed that I didn't like them. And then the other thing is that it could have been just somebody that either overcooked them, undercooked them. I can't remember what they were tasting like, because it's been so long since I've had them. Because I thought that I didn't like squash at one point, but I found I like squash grilled. I don't like mushy squash. I don't want it boiled. I like it grilled, though, or making kebabs with squash. I love it. Angela Stringer is here, says, good evening, T and Teaquilts. Hi, Angela. Welcome back. Potted citronella and rosemary deter mosquitoes, but you have to water them. Okay, now I could probably do rosemary in a pot. It's like when I went out today. Oh, I went out today because the guy from the cable company knocked on my door and said he was going to be in my backyard. And so I asked, you know, I'm through the door talking to him at the front door, and I asked him for an ID, and he showed the ID. I went to the back door just to make sure that he was doing what he said he was doing, but he just looked like he didn't know what he was doing. Maybe he was new and they didn't train him very well, but it looked like he was going to kill himself on that ladder when he was trying to go up the pole. So, but I went out there, and it was like I already got like the little net bugs already, and it's like, no, I just cannot enjoy my yard because it's just got too many flying things. But I'll try that. I can try rosemary. I actually like rosemary too. And then potted citronella. I can do some citronella too. Cheryl says, I wish I had not. I am swearing off buying. Yeah, sometimes it's just certain things that you just gotta buy, but I have been really good. It's like I have been just working, and I haven't really cleaned up anything. And so I had to like pick up some stuff. I haven't like cleaned up my long arm room, but I had to pick up some stuff so that I could keep working. I have been so busy, and I've been trying to get stuff done that, yeah, because I felt like if I didn't, I needed to hit March, April, and May hard, because if I do the retreat in June, I won't be doing anything in June at all, because I'll be doing all prep work for a retreat if we have it. So I've been trying to hit these 3 months hard. So I haven't had time to really pick up stuff, but I did do some picking up just because I couldn't go any further, you know. But I'm trying not to bring anything in here because I haven't cleaned up the stuff I already got. Cool Girl says, my printer just died too, but I have to get my son to set it up wireless. Yay. And I did all of that, and it took me about 3 to 4 hours by the time you get through with these companies. And it's really simple, but by the time you got to download the software, and then they tell you got to go over here and get the manual, and then they you know, you got to hook up. Well, they was asking me if I wanted to do through Ethernet and wireless or network or something, and I was like, okay, I'll just do I'll do it wired, but you can take the wired off, because it was just easier to do. And then it ended up my phone wasn't working, but it was a simple fix. All I had to do was just go plug in an Ethernet card. So it was real simple fix, but it's like you go through all these changes. It's like, just tell me if you're, because I forgot all about that printer was going to hook up to my main phone line, that I needed to have the Ethernet. It was ridiculous, but yeah, I got it all figured out, but it was like 3 to 4 hours in, okay? And then then they like send a test print. It's like, who cares? I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Because I really didn't think it would take that long. But yeah, but I am glad that I got the printer now, so that I can do my daily print on it instead of using my laser printer all the time. Angel says they just don't want the kids to come back home, girl. That's why they in them little homes. I have a realtor tell me kids could live on top of my piano and below it. That's a two bedroom area. That is too funny. Yeah, but I know even youngsters, it's a lot of people because I look at some of the RV people too, a few of them on YouTube, and it's just that they don't want the responsibility of buying a home, especially the young folks. They ain't into all of that. They don't want to pay their rent, and they want to travel, and it's a great way for them to travel. All they got to pay for is gas out of there, and they work in their vehicles, most of them, and now a lot of them got YouTube channels, so they got a second income on top of it. Although the YouTube income, they say, has been decreasing because of lack of advertisements. So. See, Rex, you gotta cook them, right? Terry says, I know I don't like Brussels sprouts. No, that's the one thing I don't like. I'm pretty sure they are easy to do. I don't like Brussels sprouts, and I don't like beets. Beets is the worst thing that I could be fed. I don't eat canned yams, but I like fresh yams. Kelly says Brussels sprouts can taste very different depending on how they're cooked, which I figured. And she says the higher and longer the heat, the more bitter they taste. And that's probably what happened, was because I'm pretty sure this was at some kind of buffet thing, because I'll taste stuff when it's free, you know, free, quote unquote, just to see what it is. So I must have missed somebody's comment. Hold on. If I missed your comments, please put them down in the bottom again. I'm sorry if I missed them. Phyllis says our taste changes. You might like them now. Try oven roasted Brussels sprouts. And I'm thinking that I probably would like a whole lot of stuff, because that's one of the new ways I've been doing, like sweet potato fries, and I actually like those in the oven. I also have an air fryer I've been cooking some stuff in too that I really like. I guess I could try it in the air fryer too. And that's what Lisa is saying. T, roast those Brussels sprouts. Anyone knows what is a really good fabric printer paper to get and where? Want to make a quilt with family coronation pictures? I don't know what that is. Coronation pictures. I just like Timeless Treasures is a pretty good one you can get, and then Joann's normally have them, and then you can get them, use a coupon to buy them as well. So I would say Timeless Treasures. They have some like June Taylor ones, but I feel like they're stiffer than the Timeless Treasure one. And I don't want a stiff quilt, even if it's a wall hanging. And stiff makes it harder to quilt through, too, if you're going to quilt into it at all. Even if you're just quilting around the photos. So I would say Timeless Treasures. There's other ones that are out there. EQ has great fabric paper that you can print on an inkjet printer as well. Most of them you need an inkjet printer. You can't use a laser printer, so keep that in mind too. If you have a laser, you have to really do some research to see if you can find one for a laser printer. Anybody else have any suggestions? Go ahead and pop them in there for Lisa. Sure, she would appreciate it. And then Diane says, Tiny Living, where does she have the fabric? And it's so funny, she doesn't have like a big stash. She has done a quilt here or there, and she makes curtains and things like that. So she does sew. She just got a treadle sewing machine somebody gifted to her. I think somebody gifted it to her. That was a few videos back within the past month and a half. So she's going to be learning how to use a treadle. Now, I have my treadle. I've had it for a few years now, probably. I got it the year before I retired, so I'm going to say about 5 years. And that was supposed to be my retirement gift. I wanted to learn how to use a treadle. Haven't even touched that thing, okay? I just took, when I brought it home, I took the belt off so I wouldn't have to worry about the belt being tight the whole time that it was on there. I need to take that thing out on my deck, but, you know, if the bugs don't get me out there, I need to go out there and start trying to learn how to use the treadle. I really want to learn. I think it's very interesting. I think Earlene is Jada. I'm sorry if it's wrong. Says Brussels sprouts taste a little bitter to me. I don't use any honey or sugar in mine. Cool Girl says I reordered the filter fabric the next size up, and that was the jackpot. It's huge. Okay, I did not order any more. I didn't know if I was gonna make any more yet because I'm almost done. I probably got enough filter fabric probably to make say another 10 or 12 or so. I'm not sure. Might be a little bit more, maybe 15 or 20. But I've made 62 masks. I did count them. And I'm just hoping I don't have to make any more. And then my husband comes home yesterday from the grocery store saying he saw my sister in the grocery store, her and my nephew. I said, did they have, and she said, did your wife make your mask? He says, yes. I said, did she have a mask on? He says, no. I said, did Courtney, my nephew, have a mask on? And he says, he had a scarf around his mouth. So I guess I'm going to have to eventually break down and make some more masks. Although I told myself I was taking this entire week off of mask making. So I'm not going to do any more this week. I'll start Sunday when the week's officially over. But I'm giving myself a week off. And Terry goes, I don't like beets either. You okay about the misspelling? We know these phones and how they act up. Tucker says, when I get a long arm, do you have any suggestions about how to advertise? I would advertise on my social media for sure. And how I would also advertise, because a lot of your social media may not be quilters, is that I would advertise t-shirt quilts, making specialty quilts for graduations, special events, stuff like that, so that you can get people to, maybe they might want to give somebody a birthday shirt, or maybe they got a sports team, they might want to do that. So that's how I would kind of advertise it and make it more personable, so that it's not something that your main audience, and that way you just get started. And once you get started, you can then start putting pictures up about, this is my customer's quilt, this is my customer's quilt. And so then people know that you actually do work for other people, because right out the gate, you're probably not going to get too many quilters that want to use the long arm if they don't know you. It's a lot easier to get customers if you are a member of a guild. And it's nice to be a member of the guild before you become a long arm quilter, so they don't think that you just joined the guild to get customers per se. But yeah, so I would start with my social medias and advertise there, but I would do it more on a personal level. Like I would, you know, doing the entire quilt for somebody. The t-shirt quilts are real popular with non-crafty people. Coronacation is where we're calling this stay-at-home order. Okay. I'm like, what is she talking about? I'm thinking it's something religious or something. Okay. Woo, thanks for the info on the printer paper. Oh gosh. Maddie Barnum is here, says, I missed everything watching TV. Yeah, we're just here chatting. It's nothing big today. I didn't do a thing but just chat. So thank you guys for keeping me chatting here. Diane says, you need a closed-in porch. Let you be outside, but out of the bugs. Yeah, my porch is so huge. And I have to, we would have to build something over the rails of my deck. Or on the inside of my deck. And I know that, you know, something can be done, but it's like, I just have a weird house where it gets the evening sun. So sometimes it's too hot to be out there when it's midsummer. And then, like I said, my yard is so big that, and nobody's out there. So it's just the bugs just like it because they don't get interrupted back there too much. Until I come out wanting to make videos, and then they're like, oh, who is this person? And, and I get attacked. So, but in the summertime, when I know, like, this was my first time going out and seeing them today, so I wasn't prepared. But I do, like, put on, Avon has some stuff, I forget what it's called now, that you can put on. It's like an oil, and it helps repel bugs. So I do put something on when I go out there so I don't get bitten. So yes, Cheryl says, that is what I said, and a friend called and wants 30 masks. Oh well, oh my gosh. I don't think that I would make 30 masks for anybody. Not me. Oh my God. When my niece ordered 6, that was my biggest order from any one person. And I didn't even want to make the 6. It was terrible. But I just made them. I said she's not going to get 6 different fabrics. I just pulled. She wanted bugs. She's the one that works for Terminex. She wanted bugs and mice. I said, now look, I don't have mice fabric. I already know that because I wouldn't buy that. I don't like them, so I wouldn't buy it. The bug stuff I had because I knew I was making some bug jar quilts at one point. So I knew I had some remnants of that kind of stuff. But, yeah. I don't think I could do 30. Rose TSC says, do you still use the Singer Quantrum machine? I have a Singer. No, I think it's in the closet back behind this. Back behind this shelving unit I got over here. So I don't go in there too often. When I do, I have to pull it all up. And I do it occasionally where I go in there because it holds my batik fabrics. Asian and African prints are in the closet over here. And I also have like a Rowenta steam generator as well. But I don't use it because I just felt like it was taking up too much space. So I just put it up. But yeah, so I don't use it because it's not convenient for me to get to. Although I need to see if make sure it's running because I haven't used it in so long. If we had a retreat, it's going to be one of the machines that I'll let people use. So I do occasionally use my Singer XL1000. It's similar to the Quantrum. It is the Quantrum. It's just a different numbering system. It's the Singer XL1000 is a Quantrum. I do use it when I'm like going out to sew at friends' homes or my scrap club meetings. I would take that machine. It's always packaged, ready to go. So I do use one of them. I don't use the other. You talking about the Singer 9600 then? Because I guess I got 3. I actually got 4 or 5 Singers. I got the Singer treadle, the Singer XL1, the Singer CXL. So the treadle, the CXL, the XL1000, the Singer Quantrum 9600, and the Singer heavy duty sewing machine. So those are my 5 Singer sewing machines. I have not sewn on the 9600. That one might be packaged. It might be in this case. I got a case right here in front of my desk. It might be down there. I was using it at one point when I had this machine in the shop about, it must have been a year ago now. I used it for weeks or months because they didn't get my stuff done. They kept putting other people's stuff in front of mine because I wasn't bugging them. And yeah, so I sewed on it for a couple of months and I didn't have any problems with it. So it seemed like it's sewing very well at 9600. I'm thinking that's the one you're talking about, because that's the one I did the unboxing and demo on, that one, and also the Singer heavy duty one. But that one is gray. So if it wasn't a gray machine, it was the 9600. And that heavy duty is not a Quantrum, so it's got to be the 9600. Skin so soft. Thank you, Kim. You know, it's one of those things when you buy this big bottle and you don't use it, because I don't use it for oil, I just use it for bugs. So then I've had this bottle probably 4 or 5 years because they last so long. Yeah, so I forget the name of it, but that's exactly what it is. Maddie says, me either. Teresa says, maybe one of those portable gazebos with netting for walls. And you got to make sure that it's not, that wind's not going to take it down. See, that's the thing. I think I need something mounted because you all see my quilts back there flying around. It's a mess. I was trying to, when I was taping my April pictures, the wind, just out of nowhere, it was not windy all day, and then the wind just picked up when I'm out there trying to tape. So Skin So Soft is Avon. Yes, it is. Diane says, give them the price of fabric, etc. If it's a business wanting the mask, $15 each, time and material. So yeah, because $30 is a lot of masks for somebody to ask of you, and if you're doing them for free, they need to be making some donations big time. Mary is here saying, hi everybody, I'm late. I was thinking it was supposed to be at 9, but that's Saturday, duh. Yeah, we're almost going to be ending here because I'm just getting through the last comments, and we've already been on our hour. We're a minute and a half over so far. So thank you for coming in anyway. You got any questions before we sign off? I've just gotten through all the comments. You got a lot of people saying hi to you, Mary. It says, my husband put momentum on our yard and we got no mosquitoes and bugs. Wow. Okay. Write that down because I forget. I'm going to put bugs outside. And then I'm going to put the other ones down here. We had rosemary and citronella. Okay, so I got it all written down. And I can try some of that stuff because I do have to go out there sometimes, and I would like not to have to suit up when I have to go outside. So, yes. And Tiffany, Tiffany talking about, I swear I can't find what I want online. And she says, I saw that the pest companies can spray for mosquitoes. And that's what I'm almost thinking I might need to do, is just see what they charge and just come out here once a month or something and spray my front and backyard. They don't have to spray any surfaces, just spray the air around my house. She's asking, does black batting exist in 80/20 or is it just cotton only? Hobbs has 80/20 in black. That's the only one that I know of. But Hobbs does have it. And Quilt Gal says, go to a seed store. Okay. And Diane says, skin so soft. I love to soak in a hot bath with the skin so soft. Getting out can be a bit slippery. Yes, indeed. Jill Thomas is here, says, hello, T. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jill. We're almost done with our live for today. Thank you so much for dropping in. We haven't had an agenda. We've just been chatting the entire time. I didn't want to sew any pineapple blocks today because I've been doing that twice a week with you guys. So I didn't want to do any today. So I'm glad I didn't have to sew any pineapple blocks. So thank you all for your comments. Lisa says maybe it's in one of someone's stashes, Tiffany. And June says she's had Hobbs, so that's the only one that I know of, and I buy it by the boat too. I'm sure she's trying to buy it by the boat. And how I bought mine probably was at one of the national quilt shows, because I tend to buy my batting from there. I have a SUV, so I can toss anything I want, and sometimes that's the only thing I buy at the show is go get me a roll of batting. And the reason why I do that is because then I don't have to pay for shipping, because shipping is what makes your batting costs go up higher. Mary says, T, did you find the rest of your pineapple pieces for the quilt? Ended up, girl, the pieces are here. I just got to figure out which piece go where, but they all here. They don't all have the little funny edge I was looking for. Just the two smaller pieces have it. The other ones have just regular pieces. You all are really into this chat box. You all don't want me to leave, huh? Tiffany says, I'm not finding it, but I'll look more later. I'm so done with looking online. But I know for a fact that Hobbs has 80/20 in black. Cheryl says, I still can't get the black fabric for the block borders. Wow. She says, my Fat Quarter Shop order is still processing. Now, that's strange. They must have ran out, oversold, because I hear that they ship really fast. So that's interesting. Quilt Gas says, doesn't Quilter's Dream come in black? That I don't know, and I wouldn't know. She's looking for the 80/20, and I don't know if it's 80/20. But I do know Hobbs has 80/20. And she's saying she needs 120 inches, but if I can't, I'll just go buy the bag per quilt. Okay. And I know mine's is probably just 90 inches when I bought mine. And Cheryl, you know you can use black on black print too. It doesn't have to be black solid, just in case you can't get the solid black. Do what you gotta do. Kim says St. Louis is along the Mississippi River. It's probably Mosquito Nation as it is up here. Yes, it is, child. And we don't, and it's an ugly river too. It's real dark and murky. Mary says, look online for future quilt shows this summer. I don't even know, like, they got the Paducah show is in September, but she'll have to find one that's closer to her. Terry says, I got the 80/20 from Blueprint, but that's been a while. Don't know if they still carry it. And she says, Cheryl says that she's checked several places for the black, so. I think Quilter's Dream came in black. It's from Diane. And Cheryl says, okay, I will widen my search. Yeah, so if you can't just find solid black, like Kona Cotton, if that's what you're trying to buy, and you can't find it, just see if you can find a black print, a black tone-on-tone print. It can be like a little gray or something, but we just don't want black and white. We don't want it like to read as a white. It can be black and brown, or, you know, there's like different shades of black. I got some black tone-on-tone prints, and they just barely, if you're away from it, you wouldn't even know it was a print. So Mary says, I have seen quilters carrying out bolts and bolts of batting from quilt shows in Kansas City and Wichita, like you're doing at T. Yeah, because I just don't want to pay for shipping. And I got some 80/20 batting from Marshall Dry Goods once, and I really like it too. But then when you start adding on shipping, it gets to be ridiculous, and I'm like, I just can't do that. So if one day I just might drive to Marshall's Dry Goods, because then I can pick out the fabrics that I want while I'm there as well. And I'll just fill my car up with batting next time I go, because the first time I got it, I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. But it's a little bit more lofter than Hobbs 80/20, but it's not puffy. It doesn't look polyester, but it's a little bit more substance. And I've noticed that the batting companies, their batting is getting thinner and thinner every year they put it out. It's ridiculous. Francesca says Blueprint Warehouse is closed. It's closed for Corona. I didn't know that. Wow. Francesca know everything. She I sure didn't know, but I haven't ordered from Blueprint since they were taken over, since Etsy was taken over, because I don't think their prices are as reasonable as they used to be. We've lost all the great deals we had with Etsy. And Lisa's saying, teach me about black batting, please. I just recently quilted a quilt that had black sashings and black border, and it's a rainbow quilt, and you'll see it in my finishes, but I didn't talk about it. I just was over it at that point. But whenever you have a black quilt or even navy, sometimes you may want to use a black batting. And I have black batting and wasn't even thinking. This lady gave me some warm and natural batting, and I just wanted to get rid of this batting, and it was the batting that was in my face. And so what did I do? I put it in my quilt. And when you're quilting, it beards, the batting beards, and it's coming through the fibers where it looks like, you know how some people might have cats or dogs and you can see some of the hair on the fabric sometimes? That's what it looks like. It looks like cat or dog hair. And I'm constantly cleaning this quilt, and I'm going to probably have to end up washing it. I didn't want to wash it. And I definitely don't want to wash it before I do show and tell with it whenever we decide to go back to our guild meetings. But you can see the fibers of the batting coming through your dark fabrics, and that's why it's nice to have a black batting whenever you use, I'd say, navy and black as your main focus in a quilt. It just saves you you just see this film of white on your quilt, and it's irritating after you've done all that hard work. Rose T says Fat Quarter Shop is running behind. I waited about 3 weeks to get my first quilt kit and batting. It came yesterday. I'm super happy and nervous to start all at the same time. Well, honey, just jump right in. It's going to be okay. It's going to be your first quilt, and it's going to be the one you should keep it because then you can see your progress as you continue to do your endeavors with quilting. Sometimes we make a quilt and we're making it for somebody as our first quilt and we give it away, but I was so fortunate that I was just making a quilt because I wanted to learn, and I was able to keep mine, and I can see my progression from my first quilt through. So when I start saying something isn't right or it's looking funny or I don't like this, I think about my first quilt and I'm like, it's okay, you'll learn the next time. So it's a good learning tool to have if you can keep it for yourself. And then Tiffany is also saying, oh yeah, Marshall's Dry Goods is costly on shipping. I just paid $25 in shipping recently because I buy by the boat. Yeah, and that's what I don't want to do. I'm like, I'm about 6 hours ride from Marshall's Dry Goods. So if I get up one day, I'll get up in the morning and I'll be there when they open, and I'll do my shopping, probably take me a little snooze in the car on their parking lot, and then I'll come on back home. But every boat you add on, you adding that same, you adding shipping and shipping. And it's like, no, I can't pay for shipping like that. So and that's what Quick Gal says, when you go to Marshall's Dry Goods, you will need a truck or Unsullied when you go there to. Yes, I've been there with my friend, and I had to I probably spent about $400 in Marshall Dry Goods and didn't have no intentions. I had went to the Houston Quilt Show and didn't buy hardly anything. I bought some things that I was going to do YouTube videos on, and I bought nothing really that I just said I had to have. Go into Marshall's Dry Goods, and they just took all my money that I had put aside for the quilt show. I thought I was going home rich, okay? But no. And then, like I said, if you go in, especially a business that's buying by the boat. Like I buy fabric by the boat. And so you can go back into the warehouse and you can actually pick your fabrics over what they have online. And then you also get a cheaper rate if you're buying by the boat than if you're buying by the yard. So, and Kelly also agrees that batting has become ridiculously thin. I have proof of Warm and Natural because one of my earlier quilts that I made when I first started quilting has Warm and Natural batting, and it is nothing like the Warm and Natural batting now. I would have to use 2 layers of Warm and Natural to get the batting that I have in that quilt, and it's advertised as the same thing. Tiffany says, I make a lot of black and batik quilts, and the black batting is way better for them. White batting, it shows or pokes through and looks funny. Yeah, and you can see little, like if you, on batiks, because it's so closely woven, you can see the little pokey holes and see the batting through the holes. So, yep. Where's Eric? I did message Eric because I didn't want to bother him, and it's exactly as I thought. Eric's job has, you know, before this corona stuff, they were actually getting rid of people, and I think they've even gotten rid of more people. And so Eric is home. He's working from home, but he is super busy because he's doing a lot of people's jobs, okay? So he's just busy. But I wanted to check on him because I hadn't heard from him in a few weeks. And June also says the same on dark brown tee, and I haven't made any dark brown borders. Dark brown is not like one of my favorite things to do, but I think I would probably put the black in there, so that's a good add-on, June. I think you may have put the wrong side up when you placed it between the top and the backing. It doesn't matter because I don't think I put the wrong side up because when I take the batting out, they have it folded where the right side is out, and I make sure I put that side up. I'm real cautious about Warm and Natural about doing that. So it's just white batting just isn't good for a black quilt. Mary says, I made a bug jar quilt for my first one, and it still hangs in my sewing room. I made the bug quilt for one of my nephews, or great nephews. Gave him the quilt, and he opened up that quilt, and he started hollering and screaming. He was about 8 or 9 years old, and he was scared of bugs. And some of them were cute bugs. Some of them were realistic bugs, but some of them were cute bugs. He didn't care. He dropped that quilt. He started hopping. I don't know what his mama did with that quilt, but it was funny, and it wasn't, because I'm like, I spent all this work on this quilt, and he's scared of bugs. I had no idea that a little boy, and he had 2 other older brothers, and he was scared of bugs. It was funny. Oh my goodness. Tiffany says dark brown, black, gray, dark blue, and even maroon colors would do great with black batting, in my opinion. And I haven't done all of those colors. That's why I don't know about all the colors. I can only tell you about the ones that I do know. And Lisa didn't even know black batting existed. And Jill Thomas didn't either. And Maddie is saying, T, when is the next retreat? The next retreat that I have scheduled is middle of June. And I'm not sure if that one's going to happen yet or not, because right now the facility is in St. Louis County, which we have a stay-at-home order until May 15th, which it could be extended. But I'm thinking that because the state ends on Monday coming up, that they may end it on the 15th, and then we'll have a couple of weeks to see if these numbers go up. We weren't hit really bad in this area, but just having any cases is enough for me. Yeah, so I'm trying to I'm doing this wait and see thing because I'm watching numbers. So that's what's scheduled, and if the numbers are favorable, then I will continue go forward, and we'll just wear masks and stuff when we, you know, doing certain activities. And then otherwise, we would probably have to reschedule. And then I have another retreat in October, and I'm hoping that I don't have to cancel that, but I may have to cancel that if we have a second hit of it in the fall. So we'll see on that. And Diane says, all po guy, Eric works too hard. Kim says, my first quilt 9-patch from Vintage Fabrics made for my mom. It now resides at my older daughters. That's pretty cool. It's been passed down. That's awesome. Harlan the Great says, Miss T, I'm making a piano key border and want to finish with a solid border on the outside, but I'm having trouble with the corners. I don't know what you're having trouble with. Are you having trouble like trying to decide a corner? Piano keys, you can just extend them out into the corners, or you can put a solid square in your corners. I'm not sure what information you want. I don't know if you're just having difficulty picking a color or what. So I'm sorry, I'm no help. Kim says, I learned something new tonight. I didn't know black batting existed either. This is good to know for a dark quilt. Bonita says, so you have about 30% black in a quilt. Do you recommend black batting? I recommend the black, not necessarily 30%. Well, I got 24 large blocks, and you'll see this quilt soon because it'll be in the video. I got 38-inch blocks, but then I've got sashing and cornerstones. The sashing is black, and my border is black. My cornerstones are white. And that quilt, you can see, with that much black, it shows. So if I just had a black border, and it was going to be a bed quilt, not hung in the show, then maybe you can get away with white. But if it's something you're going to put in a show that's going to hang, then I would make sure that I'm using black. The only time you have to be cautious about that is when you do have white, because when you put the black batting under white, it's going to tone down the brightness of your white fabrics just because it's underneath, or any of your very light fabrics. But I think it would still look better than having white on top of your black, especially if black is dominant in your quilt. So you have to decide when it's at that 30% how much black you have in that quilt top. I searched for you like a crazy person at the Houston Quilt Festival. I was there every day. And I had intentions of going back this year. So we're going to see, we may not even have a Houston Quilt Festival. We didn't have their show that they were supposed to have in April. So yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if we even have quilt shows this fall. Maybe we can meet. I do a meetup too. So I try to do a meetup on the Friday at the Houston show around, I think it's like 1 p.m., like right after lunch is what we do. I still have my first quilt, put it on my bed every year. That's pretty cool. I'm hoping we still have Houston International Quilt Festival. That's from Diane. Yes, indeed. It's in the first week of November. Yes, it is. But I have a retreat in October. That's what I'm thinking, that I may not even be able to do either one of them. But I'm praying that, the world gets better. So I don't really know what to ask. Let me get my thoughts together. Thank you. Well, I won't be back here probably until Saturday, 9 p.m. or we'll be back Wednesday live. Saturday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday, 7 p.m. You can also, anybody have a question, and you can put it in any comment of any video. You don't have to put it in the chat. I'll answer all questions. Also have a Facebook group. It's Teaquilts as well. If you're on Facebook, you can join that group. And then you can ask questions there. You can actually put a picture up, and we can see what it is you're needing help with. And you'll probably get a lot more help, more than just from me there, too. And I think, anytime you ask a quilt-related question, you're going to come back with 5 quilters, and you're going to have 5 different answers from all of those quilters. So then that way you get to choose which one you like the best. Because, you know, quilting is never wrong. It's just how you decided to do it. So, Mary said, oh, she's talking to Diane. She's talking about I should go for my big birthday, November 5th. Hope to see you at the festival too. So we're gonna go ahead and end here. We've been on here. Y'all held me on here for an extra 20-something minutes. You all are good. It was 61 minutes. I'm at almost 85 minutes now. So I will see you all hopefully Saturday, sewing more pineapple blocks. And yeah. You all stay safe and stay blessed, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Now I get to go quilt. Got a load of customers quilt. Lean in and hit the X button.